to the Switch 2 Shiny Form Dex Challenge. We are now going to do some DAs today, so I will jump in and do a solo one just to get things rolling. If people want to jump in, feel free to mention it in the chat. We will be open to pretty much anyone joining. Everything is on the table. We do try to make sure that we at least go for something that the team would like, though. Right, so this is pretty terrible all around. Yeah. What else do we... They took the Durant. Drapion might be okay. Does have a dark move at least. Yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag team. This I'm probably just going to lean towards going to get the water types, but no. Wow, we really don't have a good selection here. I think we're going to have to go this way and gamble. I may have to stick with what I've got too, which I'm not overly happy with. Oh, welcome in, Al. How are things for you? I'm just starting off with a bit of a Blacephalon run, just because, why not? So yeah, we're going to be doing these for a couple of hours. So if you do want to jump in, let me know. And we can do some of the ones that you need. Nothing is really off limits for us. I'm happy with pretty much everything when it comes to shiny hunting, to be honest. On this save we don't have a single legendary, so yeah, that is also a thing. We're going to be trying to get them all. We did get a few on the other saves, like in the past we've had Rayquaza and Moltres, Heatran, Cresselia, Azelf, and I think we had one more. I can't remember what it was. Oh, Guzzlord. Welcome in, Distractives. How are you today? Okay, so now we've paralysed that. That's good. Okay, we get a big hit. Of course, it's got an ability to cure itself. Oh dear, never mind. Yeah, so as I said, we're doing DAs for a couple of hours. That is good to know. That has stopped for a while. Hopefully everyone can stop for good. That's the best way to really see it. We need it to really stop on both sides of it. So we get the win on the Dragonair. Do need to go and check for luxury balls. We went and got the digging pal to dig for us, and he ended up getting about 400k watts, but none of the sellers were selling luxury balls last time, which was quite comical. This is the first run, so we haven't actually got a shiny for this challenge in this game yet, which is a little bit frustrating, but you know what it's like. You're going to have to go through some bad spells before you get the good ones. Do I gamble, or do I hope one of them gambles? That is the question. The thing is, I'm weak, but I'm not terrible, but I'm paralysed. That's it. Ooh, that works, I think. That's fine, yeah, we can open up the lobbies. Do you have anything on your lists at the moment that you're after? Or either of you? All I've got on my lists are Palkia, Uxie and Blacephalon. I like to keep one that's pretty easy to do solo, if I'm honest. And then the rest is just sort of... Uxie's pretty easy on your own, but I know a group of people that are all open to everything. Okay, we can do Blacephalon. I just want to go and get or check the main fly spots for a luxury ball before we jump into the next one. I know I've got 200 odd, but I may as well make it 999 when I get the chance, because again, I will only ever be playing these games on stream. which makes it a little bit more difficult, shall we say, to do any of like what I would call the paperwork side of the game, where you want to go and just get items, grind a little bit. I don't want to risk any encounters offline on this save, or any of the saves I'm using. So yeah, that's kind of where we are on why it's taking a little bit longer to do too much. And this does have the shiny charm now. We went and got that on the last sword run, so that was good. I'm going to take this because I know how broken Max Geyser is against the boss, but I'm also very scared of the final two because one is a bug and the other is a still. So we don't have anything good. That's the problem. But if I can get the water type, I could maybe put the rain up, get rid of my paralyze, maybe even sub. So yeah, I'm going to have to go for the bug because the electric, we've got nothing for the electric. I'm going to have to go bug. It's not ideal, but I might not even win this run, to be honest. Welcome in, Dragon. How are you today? We're just doing a little run on Blacephalon. Not the best options, to say the least. We've either got a bug or a steel type to end up with my final one in the final. So I'm going to sub just for safety. Oh, good. Special defense. We got Scold actually, so that's not actually too bad. Nice. But if you do want to jump in, let us know. Before we start the next one, I am going to go and do a speed run around the wild area, see if we can get some items. I need some more luxury balls ready, because if we get going really fast in this, I'll be sat in a position where I have too many I need to do. Heat wave? Oh no. Burn, baby, burn. Well, that didn't take too long to beat. Nice. I do have the old Twitch if we do pick something difficult, but at the moment we'll probably stick to Blacephalon unless anybody really comes in with a request that everybody else needs. I want to make sure it's always something. Yeah. That's the key thing, really. We want to make sure everybody has a chance to get something they need rather than it be pushing someone out because it's something somebody's already got. So yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough. We can stick to Blacephalon. We spent a lot of time trying for this thing on the main save. I think it was probably my second biggest encounters, I think. Because we were recording how many we did, and I think it came up second on the list. After the little bit of a crazy Landorus grind. I don't know if sub was a good idea, but I might as well try it. Because if I get hit now, I'll take a hit like that. I did fade, so I may have taken less damage, I guess. But that's made my water move hit a lot less. But the assurance is good. Metal Sound, please let me get a hit before it. Oh yeah, because the sun's up. I forgot the sun's up. It's going to really sabotage our run, but no priority move. But I don't think it's got any spread moves, so I think we win. And it went Fireless, that was definitely going to die. Didn't stand a chance, really, did it? It's even stronger. Beast Boost, not good. Mystical Fire on to me, that's fine. I think we have one more live. There we go. We did win just. That was one of the most scuffed teams for that final as well. So I'm hoping we get a smoother run next time. And yeah, as I say, I'm going to just go to the fast travel points for the wild area, check out, see if they've got some luxury balls. I won't go to the free slow part points. I'll just go to the fast travel ones. And we'll get going. Now we've done these quite a lot, so we've got the team working quite well. It was probably one of the biggest booms we had for the channel was doing DAs. But let's check for shinies. No on the Dragonair, and the Seadra, and the Cypher, and no on the Blacephalon. Boo! Yeah, boo! Morning, Mischief. Welcome in. How are things? We just beat a dancing fire clown, so yeah, that was fun. We're going to try and get a dancing fire clown shiny. We may also do a bit of work with whatever she has here. Like Sweet Cream would be kind of good. But we won't take it yet. Fair enough. I had an 8-hour meeting. Oh, an 8-hour Zoom meeting in an hour. How can people talk on Zoom for 8 hours? That's my question. Even when we were in the lockdowns, I couldn't do 8 hours. Like even when we were just playing quizzes with my friends. Oh, it's a training thing. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, well, what could you possibly do? It's not really work if it's just a Zoom meeting for that long. Yeah, I know for a fact. I'm not really one for the web conversations, camera-wise, because they've got to be good and behaved, unless you can switch the camera off. I get put off by a lot of them. Like I know we did a few things during COVID and all that nonsense, but they were just friends drinking and talking nonsense and doing quizzes. It was fun. I know. It is ironic, but it's not a full-blown conversation as such. As in, I'm doing all the talking, not the listening side of it. Because the listening side, even when I used to do podcasts, non-camera stuff, you kind of do other things, don't you? Let's be honest. But if you're sat there having to listen to someone talk some nonsense that you probably already know, it'll drive me crazy. That's the way I would put it. I'm in control, as they say, when you're the streamer. Sometimes. Apart from when everything goes wrong. I know I said I wasn't going to do the tour of the map, but I need to go and unlock. I need some of these luxury balls, man. They are really annoying me. Why can't you just stock everything? But we will get back to the dancing evil clown. In no time. Not the ghost. Not the ghost. And eventually, we put the schedule for our shiny hunting races up. So I'm hoping people will want to get involved. I think we have a good chance to have some fun. Yeah, we're doing one on each game, pretty much. Every Sunday. There we are. Finally. And we've got change. Right, now we can go and deal with the clown. If only I had made that a fast travel point. Maybe I should make it a fast travel point. No, I just want the fast travel point. Right, let's get back to this. Oh, there is an event Chinchou in there. Because the funny thing is, when I started doing this, I was going to do it all without a camera. For a couple of reasons. One, I didn't really have a way to plug a camera in. And two, I was just pretty much doing them solely for a video that might stream at the same time. So that was kind of why. But we only lasted about 2 weeks without a camera. And then somebody suggested it would be better. So we'll see how well it goes. So let's just get this. The code is up ready for people to join. That is generally our code. We will pin that for the rest of the stream. And there is an event spawn if people are interested in the Pokemon game. I will probably try to do some more today because, well, I wasn't doing very well. I've got about 4% done. So I need to actually get a few more bits, otherwise we're not getting very far. There we go. Oh, look at that, perfect. Instantly caught it for me. Yeah, so yeah, Blastoffalon is up and ready if you want Dragon. And then I think we can handle it with 3. I don't need the 4th. The other switch, do I? Think we'll be fine. We'll definitely be fine. Yeah, let's not worry about the second one. We'll worry about that if we do Zygardes and stuff like that. There's no point in getting carried away. So the other thing is I've had to cancel my Saturday stream at the moment because it is a friend's birthday. So I will be going out for the afternoon there. It's a bit annoying because that's 2 Legends Arceus ones we're going to miss. Well, Dreadnought's the dream here, I guess. You could try the Celio or Lurantis. Whatever we do is going to be probably look to be replaced, if we're honest. Yeah, most of this, like the rest of the team, can be replaced with something else. We'll see what's best against each thing. Like we could take 2 Wards types on the left, so that would be quite nice. What else do we? So we don't really want to go near the Steel type. It does have a Dark move, and we've got good options because we've got a Ground as well. So maybe we go Water, Ground, and what is the Ghost? What is the Ghost? The Ghost is not helpful. I would say I'll take can you take the War Turtle? Because then we'll all be strong against the Sandslash. That seems to be the best option, I think, here. And then we'll have the Water Squad for the final. Maybe we could swap out the Celio to negate the weakness for the Sandslash 2. I will Dynamax, even though it's not the most essential, just to take this move onto it to weaken its special attack. Oh, very nice. Is that the OG one that you got, the TCG Card Shop Simulator? I'm going to say the proper one, because there's a lot of rip-off ones there. Because I went quite hard on that when it first came out. It's a weird one because they haven't had an update for a couple of months, which has put me off wanting to start again. Like the thing I found with a lot of the sim games is that where they're early access, you play them like you would naturally, and then they bring out a better quality of life thing that's better at the beginning than when you've nearly finished it, if that makes sense. Yeah, was it on Steam that you got the game, or on your console? That's okay. BRB. Another rain dish to heal, lovely. Not what we need to happen really, but whatever. You can probably Dynamax in the next battle and just spam some water moves, because it will give us 3 of us another boost on our water type attacks. I think that'll work best. Like this is one of those really smooth runs. Yeah, so Which console or Steam did you get the game on? Was it on Steam or was it on the Switch? Because the OG is Steam only. Okay, so you've got one of the knockoffs. No, they're not complete knockoffs. The concepts are all the same. I did look at the Switch ones because there's about 6 in the store, isn't there? Because they're on Steam as well. It's fun when you do it on Steam. You can actually download mods to make all the cards, like either Pokemon or Magic and stuff like that. I'm very, very skeptical with any on the Switch because the first simulator I went to buy was one of the supermarket ones. I thought, well, I'll play it on the Switch. It's there. It'll be easy to play. And it didn't work. You couldn't put anything out, couldn't use anything. So then I literally just refused to try another one on the Switch. And because of that, I got the one to work on Steam. So I was happy. And then the TCG early access, the prologue got released and it blew up. It was so popular. Like, it was one of those where all of them start off pretty small with a little Discord of like 200 or 300, and then suddenly this one has like 200 or 300,000 people in it now, and it's just one of those. Outside of the supermarket sim, I think it was probably the biggest blow up of any of the sim games, if I'm honest, because it was the collecting cards addiction that people really got into. The problem, I always had the personal problem with it, was you could just sit there and open packs and you weren't really running the business, if that makes sense. That sort of put me off a lot, because I tried to do a few saves where it was more of challenges to not open too many packs. Are they still Tetramon on there, or are the monsters called something else? Because I did try the demo or prologue for this new multiplayer one, but it wouldn't work on the laptop, which was quite funny. Okay. Yeah, because that, yeah, that's a strange one, because the Tetramon I thought were the creators exclusives, but there's been, as I say, there's been a few that come through the Switch store. If we're honest, and they're kind of all over the place. So Dragon, if you want this, you can take it. Oh, so you've got TCG Empire Card Shop Simulator, I guess? Get me someone to work. Yes. Yes. Yep, that sounds like the one. Yeah, so if the computer doesn't want this dragon, you can take it. Because at least then we get rid of the grass weakness. Okay, let's see. I always get confused. As I said, I looked at all the games and because I wanted a new thing to play for a while. We could probably... Shall we just go... We've got 2 ice moves and a rock move, so we might as well just go for this. I think would be easiest to beat. Then we heal... Oh, so trading card... No, TCG card shop. It's funny, I've just typed it into the Nintendo store. I've got Trading Card Simulator, TCG Empire Card Shop Simulator, TCG Card Market Simulator, Monsters TCG Card Shop, Card Collector, TCG this. But I haven't got that one. I've got every single one but that one. Show up. Is it this one? This one has the lady on the front. They've all got like a really horrible fake AI woman on front cover. No, that's Echolands. That's not what you've got. The Empire one I've looked at, that doesn't have a lady, that's a bloke. Maybe this one? TCG Card Shop Master? That looks like it could be Tetramon. They look like Tetramon-y things. Doesn't say that on the picture though. Yeah, it's just funny, it's got every single one but the one you got. Yeah, so as I say, a lot of them are just like ports and rip-offs of the OG, sadly. That's the horrible thing about it. Like, I'll put this in the Discord. I'll put this in the chat. Doesn't matter too much. But this is the OG that most kind of borrowed most of the material from, shall we say. I don't really think anyone needs to take this. But I didn't know that had been ported onto the Switch yet. Well, actually, I think it hadn't last time I'd seen. Because like people keep saying that they've got the Switch one, and yeah, it's a strange. I say it's a very, very strange world at the moment with all of these simulator games, because they're pretty much made from IR. Okay, so it is that one. Yeah. I don't think that one's on Steam, sadly. But I mean, like, there's so many, just every little different development around one is out at the moment, and a lot of them is stuff thrown into AI for creation. As you can tell by the artwork on the game you've got, the front cover. It's a very AI character woman. But yeah, it's the thing is they're fun. They're cheap, and they keep you busy for enough time to be value for money. As I say, I've been through a lot of them on my Steam store. I've tried the clothing shop one. There's a new like toy car one that's pretty much the same. Pretty much you open packs to get rare cars to race around the shop. There are some weird ones out there. It's really strange. Like, the thing is, as I say, they work. They are entertaining. They will occupy you. Like, I keep getting really intrigued by a few of them. Like, the Bettermart one really intrigues me, but it won't work on my laptop. We did a lot of time on Grocery Store Sim, which probably put too much time into that, considering there was not much going on. With the TCG and the supermarket, at least there's price fluctuations, so there is a challenge to keep up with change in demand, and that is good. But there's like a new one that's just come out, TCG Card Shop Multiplayer, and there's another one that's like Multiplayer TCG Card Shop. So yeah, it's one of these where there's just everybody's throwing something out. There's like a tobacco store one, there was a pharmacy store, farm store. It's a very strange situation with these games. But again, they are fun enough to just enjoy. That's the key thing. Well done, Noctowl. Let's get targeted. I will try to Dynamax just for the extra bit of health. And Celio can then hit in the rain, which should be enough to win. Well, actually, the Wartortle will get a move in the rain too. So yeah, this should be a pretty easy one. Now, there's a few that I would still like. I would like to see them do a proper movie one. I know that there was one that really intrigued me, but also a very controversial one called Hollywood Animal, where you kind of ran a studio and in the 20s and 30s, and let's just say controversial stuff happened to your actors and directors, and it was yeah, interesting to say the least. But you had to kind of navigate that era, but it didn't quite work on the laptop. The demo did okay, but as soon as you got into the main game, it sort of crashed a lot. Or I think I went to close it and it just stopped working. You couldn't get out of the game, so I got my refund on that. I do like the 2-hour thing on Steam. Like, it's almost like a 2-hour demo, and if it doesn't work, you can request a refund. So, that's a GG, everyone. Good luck with the shinies. Nearly perfect. Not quite, but hey. We'll get there. We'll get these done eventually. I would love to get a shiny legendary. I really would. It's been one of those like chases for this challenge. Can we get one before the end of the day? Maybe. We might go a bit longer today. I'm not really sure. Well, we've been going nearer to 3.5 to 4 hours recently, and it's been a lot more. Well, not a lot more, but just very entertaining. So let's see. Wartortle, not shiny. Sandslash is also not shiny. Nor is the Noctowl, and nor is the Blacephalon. Boo! Boo, Blacephalon! Okay, let's save it. We are in the Adlands. Let's just see what you have. Nothing. You're dead to me. You're meant to be helpful. Let's go back and try again. I was watching somebody play Rainbow Road earlier. Mario Kart World and the new Rainbow Road is just so beautiful, and the music just sticks with you. No worries, thank you for taking part today. Hopefully we'll see you again in the future. And stay safe out there, okay? I know I'll probably see you in a chat or someone else a bit later today. Yeah, I was watching Jamie play Mario Kart for most of the morning. We had it on in the background, and every time Rainbow Road comes on, you just hear the music, and you're just there like, it's beautiful. It's just an absolutely amazing track, the new one. Right, so I think we can handle this with just the two of us. I know Boy from Belgium said he might come in today to do some DAs, but we'll see. And also remember, it is Robin doing a Robin's doing a 12-hour stream on Saturday. So it'd be nice if we could. I hope to take part in some hide and seek in it, but I don't know for sure if it's going to happen. So what have we got? So we're going to have to take the water type, really, aren't we? It's Dreadnought, so it's beatable. Then maybe, well, it's not great. Let's just get Dreadnought done first. There's a good Pokemon at the top of either side, I think, so we're okay. Like, I do have dark moves, so I might be alright. You have still moves, so maybe I take this, then you take the rock type at the end to get rid of your fire weakness, because you'll be good against the ice type, and then you'll be good against the rock type. I'm not much help, let's be honest. You have a dark move, but you are going to be weak to fire. Maybe we'll see what the computer does. That could be a thing we look at. That's probably the best, because I think you will probably die to one fire move. But we could also see what the computer wants to do. Like the computer might be stupid and take the ice Pokemon. That's why I think it is. Yes, you have assurance. Again, we'll see what the computer has when we go into that battle. That'd probably be the best thing to do. Because I think it's Sneasel, which is annoying because I would be really good against Sneasel. Because I've got a fighting move which will do nearly all of its damage. But then I'm not too bad against the rock type, am I either? Maybe you take the Dreadnought. I'm thinking, because you will negate all of your weaknesses in the next battle. Because then you can also Dynamax into the rock move for the ice type, and I can also use my punching move. Because yes, you've got a still move, but it's not the most accurate. Sneasel is easy to beat. But then I'll probably be better if we're stuck with something. Now I think you should take Dreadnought this time. I think it'll be more beneficial for you en route, if I'm honest. Because you'll be able to do a lot more work on the other Pokemon. You would be, but I've got a 4 times effective move against it. I've got a fighting move. That's the thinking, really. And you will also then have a rock move for... Like, you've got water moves for the rock type. That makes sense. That's all I'm thinking. Like, at the end of the day, Dreadnought is the best Pokemon on this list for the final. At least. And one of us should have it, but I don't have a weakness. You do have a weakness. And we've both got something strong, if need be. So if you take this, and then I can low sweep, which is quite effective. You can Dynamax into the still move as well. I think still is probably super effective here. It's either still or bug, or you've got something that is going to be super effective against this out of the 3 moves you've got other than the water move. Either rock, you've got the stab boost, but still won't give us damage and could raise our defenses. So it's up to you which one you use. But Dynamax form will be best. I think we'll beat this in one go, if we're honest. We don't really want to take this though. That's the key thing. We don't want this. Because at least if you Dynamax, you get the accuracy on the rock move. You've got the bug move as well if you want. But as we said, we got the steel move. I think one of them is going to be super effective at least. And then if we take the rock Pokemon last, you'll have the water move, which will be super strong against it. So that could work in our favour. Let's see. Helping Hand onto me. Ooh, does the Holucha one-shot the Sneasel? Nearly. Nearly. Really. Slash, not good old Mimikyu being not very helpful. I wouldn't mind the Mimikyu coming to the final, purely because of Disguise. So if it was targeted, it would be okay. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get there. We'll get there. These are always fun, like just to... Now, we haven't done too many DAs, really, for a while, so it's nice just to get back to where we were with them. So I'll probably put a bit more dedicated shiny hunting tomorrow, I think. So I think I'll go for some of the outbreaks and stuff. So, okay. Typical. Yeah, so Pseudo Wudo has to be our option. Like, we don't want to take the Steel Bug type into the final. We get some berries to heal, which is always nice too, which would work. So let's see if we can bop it. Now we have water moves, we have fighting moves, we've got the things we need. I might try I'll try to Dynamax so you can do the max water move in the final. I might have to risk this and see whether Sneasel takes it, if I'm honest. It's very risky, but it'll be worth it if the Sneasel took this over being Sneasel in the final. But it does have dark moves, so it could work. It could work. Oh no, are you having the same accuracy problems I had? Right. Let's go. Well, we'll just keep going now. I could taunt it, but I don't really want it to attack. Unless it body presses on Mimikyu, then it'll be fine, because it won't hit it. That's not nice. We're making it slow at least. Throat chop, okay. Because we don't really have any special moves, we're quite a physical team. Not 2 in a row. Oh dear. The game's sabotaging you. Right, I'm going to just stick to Max Knuckle and just build our attack. I don't have anything to weaken its defense, sadly. And I don't think anyone is special attacking, so we're going to have to just stick with this. I really do want to... Part of me really wants to try and stream some Mario Kart World one day. Just to go through the chaos of it. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, to be honest. Hallelujah! Pop. I need to find at least one more person to play, because then we can just create a room and keep the room open. But then I will be facing the computer on repeat, which is not as fun. That's the thing, I don't really like playing it just on my own. I like playing with the computer, and with humans. So, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if you are playing the TCG Pocket, but I opened some packs. I got the full art Leafeon, Sylveon, and Eevee. No, Glaceon. Yes, Glaceon. No, it was the full art Glaceon, Leafeon, and Eevee, but a fancy Sylveon, but not the max one. I don't know the difference between all of the types of cards. Well, I'm going to have the risk that Sneasel takes this. Really am. We have all our lives, I think, which is good, and we get some berries, so we should be fully healthed. So that is good. We can get on with it. We can beat this clown thingy. I might do something where we just take on whatever the lady offers us as part of like a bit of a wild spin of it all. No, I shouldn't have gambled. I shouldn't have gambled. The thing is, you can Dynamax still, and you can just use the water move. At least you'll negate the firepower. Yeah, it's going to have to do. I think we win. I think we win. Let's see. Dancing Clown. Bring it on. Bring it on. Let's see. Come on, Dancing Clown. You are going to have a throat chop. Let's see if this helps us. No worries. I can do some on my own for a while, unless anyone else comes along to do some more DAs. Remember when DAs were really, really popular, and you would have people lining up to try and join in? It just feels like they've sort of died off very quickly, and I'm not sure why. Well, at least Dreadnought gets to hit it once, right? But that's a GG, and good luck with the shinies, and thank you for helping with the DAs. I may go and have a little bit of a shiny hunt then, if there's nobody else who would like to do DAs. I'm not sure. Should we try a bit of the wild area? I don't know. I'm kind of torn between what I need to start beating stuff up, I guess. I could do some Route 1 stuff. Maybe try the old chaining things together. See whether it works for me as well. Or we just do some more of these on my own. And that is Blacephalon captured. Let's check for shinies. That's definitely not shiny. Nor is that. Nor is the tree. At least there's 3 really easy shinies to see there. And nor is the Blacephalon, of course not. Well, you can go back on the list then. We must have lost 1 life in there somewhere. Let's see what the lady has to offer. What are you excited to see? Tapu Fini? You know what, we'll take that. I might have a go at something different. I don't really want the Palkia, to be honest. Palkia is annoying. Let's go and have a go at Tapu Fini. Yeah, we'll go solo. Do I invite randoms or do we go solo? I'm going to go solo. We don't want no randoms. It's too much pressure of dealing with them being silly. At least we got a good couple of starting mons. Ooh, okay, that'll do. That will do. We can work with that. Oh, there's a wide guarder. We don't really want a wide guarder. The Tapu Fini is the water one, so what do we have? I think we'll probably take this normal thing on first. Don't know what it is. Probably be better. And then we'll just stick to this side. What is that's Persian, that's what it is. Trying for the life of me to figure out what that was. Couldn't see it. I may not Dynamax for this one because it can't really hurt me. And that's not too bad, and I can do a lot more to the next thing. Right. Yeah. We're just going to do this. Because it can't really hurt most of this team, if we're honest. It's pretty frail. I did think I had Dig for some reason. Not sure why. It was a lot more damage than I thought we would do. We'll just stick it out, stay with what we're doing. Because I've got 2 really good attacking moves for the final, which is kind of why I want to stick with what I got. That was very easy. Not gonna lie. Into the luxury ball you go. And off we continue. So, let's just keep going and see what is next. I'm thinking of going for... No, actually, it's not a good idea going for the Garbode. It really isn't. With the Fairy and the Grass type, we got nothing really strong against it. Maybe we could do this because it is relatively easy to beat. And then we've got another steel one at the end. yeah, let's see what they take. It's a very good still run. I don't really want this in the final though, because it is weak to the water. And that's not very helpful for us. I really feel like I'm a bit underdressed for this event as well. We need to go and smarten ourselves up. Get a proper suit. I still can't do anything to this. I'm just going to have to do this move for now. I might as well just use this. I'm hoping the Among Us will use Giga Drain, because that's the only thing that's really going to hurt it. And it didn't do that much either. But never mind. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. So the thing is, I've never had a Tapu of my own shiny, so it would be nice to get that. I think I've been sent like the fake ones when people do that thing where they get the genned in ones and just send them to people. I'm going to raise our defense here. I think it's more important. But yeah, if we raise our defense, we'll be happy with the rest of this battle. I can't really do much to it. I've got nothing. It's raising its defense as well, so it's not pretty. But if we can raise our defense, we could take a few more hits. Let's go. Pop. And that is the Laron losing. Come on, Laron. Confuse again? Of course. Giga Drain. I think we win next round. Oh no, it got a Rockfall on the Wigglytuff. Not perfect, but whatever. The Persian may die now. I would like the Persian to swap. It's got nothing that's helpful in this battle. If I'm honest, you've just wasted an attacking move. Really, computer? Really? I needed you to hit Giga Drain then. Really did. Don't think that wins, does it? No. It's not going to get hit by that. Oh, computer, you're sabotaging my run. Luckily, Intel is not that accurate, but it hits when the computer has it, of course. Oh dear. The Persian fainted because of the sandstorm, and that's because the stupid Among Us did not attack when it would have won. And now we're all taking more damage for no reason whatsoever. And me being smart, I should have used Max Darkness to weaken its defense. For the Giga Drain as well, we would have won. But never mind. We got there, we've lost one life. Now Persian isn't as essential to replace. But we can go and see what this last steel type is. I can't remember if we get berries or anything on this route. We may have to check. But I think there's also a grass type at the end. That would have been actually a bit smart to take the grass type because it has Storm Drain. So it wouldn't have used its water moves. So what do we have? We have berries and a Matang. Doesn't really have a great move, I'm not going to lie. But I can't figure out what that grass type is. Oh, it's a Steenie. We don't really want a Steenie. It's not very good. We might as well get as much health back as we can for this and move on. Yeah, let's just beat this thing up. Yeah, its still move is a double move, so it's not as bad, and my dark moves are going to be super effective here. Which is okay. Thunder Punch, who's he going for? Me? Okay. That means this might hurt more. No? Okay, we've done enough. Sweet Kiss, avoid, of course. Giga Drain isn't going to do too much, but I don't think Among Us has anything too great for this. And Laron did hit, which was nice. Very nice. Let's go again. Lash out one more time. Rage Powder. So at least the Among Us takes the hit. It is very interesting that we could have 3 steel types in this fight. which, yeah, could be fun, to say the least. We're not going to win this round. I've missed my Dynamax again for a final. Probably would have liked that for Thunder. Dazzling Gleam, that's not going to do enough. Giga Drain definitely isn't going to be enough. We might get one more go actually. Because I did just... No? Okay. We've already been round 3 times. Well. Right, we could let this go. Because we won't win this next round either. We can get round a couple of turns. I can then get the Dynamax in the final, which would be kind of helpful. I've only got one Lash Out left, but I was never going to use Lash Out in the final due to the typings. Which is fine. Another Lash Out. Okay. If we don't knock it out this turn, then I guess we'll be 1 off, which is pretty good. Like, it was 2 lives gone. Bit frustrating. And it is strange just how quiet the A's have gone in the last few months. Like, as we said, in April, we were having people lining up to join in, and we had too many people at times and couldn't really do anything. We had to keep turning people away. But now suddenly, nobody wants to do them anymore. It is odd. So they were the thing that really made us grow the most as a channel. And we were doing this at the same time and everything. Like, I know things change, people move around. That's the thing with DAs. We knew that people were going to be coming in sessions, and once they get the things they want shiny, they're going to move off. They're not going to come back because they are only after a few things here and there. Then you add in the seasonal variants of the fact that it's summer. People go out in the heat. But still, okay. Would have preferred the Lairon to swap, but I guess this is all we can do. We have 2 lives. I probably want to go for Max, or yeah, Max Lightning. But Tapu Fini, 1-on-1 with the Berserker, I guess. I think we've got a pretty solid team. If it goes for Max Geyser on the Lairon, I think it has Sturdy. They're both quite inaccurate moves, aren't they? And did it survive? No, of course it didn't. And it wasn't Max Geyser, it was just a water move, which is even worse. If it was a water move. And this is why people don't like DAs. Because when things go wrong, it becomes a bit of a nightmare. Like, you've got to rely on the computer to be smart. And, well, they're not always smart. But you don't like just pressing randoms, because sometimes you don't think they know what you're facing, I've noticed. So sometimes it just puts them in the brackets. Moonblast onto a poison type, that's okay. I think we would have all survived a Moonblast. Now, that will hit harder next time, right? Sweet Kiss won't confuse. Okay, it's confusion, not sleep. There is a wild Ariados in the chat if people are playing TCG. It is an event Pokemon, so let's see if we can get it. Why not? Water Pulse? Who's that on? Not too bad. Not doing as much as I would like. I would like a big Giga Drain, please. Does seem to do the most damage. And of course heals it after a Rage Powder. So maybe it'll do another Rage Powder. That was a big hit. That was a nice hit from the Lairon. Let's see. Can we finish this off? Oh no, that's not good. That's not good. Yeah, we're dead. Does it have sturdy? I really thought it had sturdy. It does have sturdy, okay. We are alive. We are somehow alive for one more go. And Among Us is trying to take one for the team. Can it survive a Max Geyser? Yes, it can. Big hit, big save. But I don't think we can win now. Because the Laron's still move isn't going to work. And it's probably going to do another surf and kill, sadly. Do we get a flinch? Maybe it could work. No, it didn't get a second move. What's going on? Oh, we caught the Ariados. Well, it is raining. Let's go for thunder. What's it going for? Moonblast Among Us can survive. I don't think it can survive another Max Geyser, sadly. Never mind. Let's check the others for shinies. Let's see. Persian, I don't think that's a shiny Persian. No. Nor a Laron, nor a Matang. That's no good. That's 3 duds. And yeah, we'll see if she's got something better. Let's be honest. We only want to get to the easiest things. Now don't smile at me. You're meant to give me something to do. Well, I'm really tempted just to go and do some random encounters, you know. I don't know. Maybe we do a Uxie. We'll do a Uxie. And then, yeah, we'll just stick with this for now. Well, we got... I don't want this in my hands only, but it's too good not to take. Oh. Foul play? Porygon? Oh. I know somebody who would say, this is a wonderful Zygarde. Oh dear. This would be absolutely ridiculous for Zygarde. Well, we've got a lot of ice, so we should just go for the dragon. To probably wipe the dragon easily. I'm going to go for the Scolipede thing, because it's something that I really want to try and get shiny. And looks like it'll be a funky little shiny. I'm going to go for Max Darkness on this, because I can weaken the special defense, which will help the Porygon, at least if it goes for Ice Beam and does the correct moves. Come on, computer, don't you let me down. We can't have you causing me problems. I know I do also have fake tears, but yeah, I've got to just hope for the best, really, haven't I here? Let's go. Crutch. But I know it's fast. But yeah, I don't think it's good enough against anything we've got. Luckily. And if it does physical attack and we're doing special defense. Blossom, why don't you use Moonblast? It was right there for you. Or Dazzling Gleam, whichever one it is you have. And Avalanche. And I'm also looking at you, Porygon. You have Ice Beam. That would have probably done a lot more damage. But let's see. Helping hand on me, so I think we probably win this round with just my crunch. Let's go. Or my darkness. Old friend. There we go. It wasn't just me. The team did a good job. Took a bit more damage than they needed to, but whatever. We've got an okay team for the final at the moment, with me with Crunch, Porygon with Foul Play. Blossom is there. I don't know if it has a bug move. Might not have a bug move. But then this isn't too bad for the final because of the ghost moves. But it might have a fairy move. I can never remember. It's also got a dark move. We've lost One of the good Pokemon, haven't we? I've forgotten what it was. We've lost the Porygon. We can't take on the Blaziken with this. Sadly, this does also have a dark move, so this is better than the Blaziken, I think, even though it's a bit harder to beat. But actually, it's probably easier to beat with the current team we've got. I forgot what we've got. So I'm going to be controversial, fake tears, and hope the computer doesn't throw. Well, that hurt a lot more than I wanted it to. Let's go. Fake tears. Now, grassy terrain, of course. Avalanche. That's it. That's how much damage we done in one go. Now, please, one of you use a special attack? Don't helping hand me. Okay, that's good. That should hurt a lot more. Okay, we're getting there. We're doing the damage. The damage that we need to do. Ooh. Okay, yeah. It's weird when you put a Pokemon that has fake tears, but it's a physical attacker. I may as well just attack now. There's not much point doing anything else because, well, as we've seen, I'm too slow for fake tears to be helpful against, or for the Dracolock, or Dracolock, whatever it's called. I might do enough damage myself with an attack, no, but maybe. There we go. Lovely. Scolipede down. Let's go. We still have all our lives. I'm not planning on taking this myself. I would like to think, what if the computer takes it, it will be for the Abomasnow. Because it's not that helpful, the Abomasnow, against Azelf, or Uxie even. I forgot we're doing Uxie, not Blacephalon. So let's just... yeah. Abomasnow, lovely. It does have the weakness to psychic moves, but yeah, we'll be okay. What is the bug type? The bug type is Cutiefly. Well, do we just take the ghost? The ghost is Rotom. We don't have any weaknesses, and we get some berries. So we'll go for this. It'll work, I think. Yeah, because I've got Crunch, so it's just as effective. The team can do the damage. There's a lot of dark moves here. The problem is they're all physical dark moves. So actually the Dracolock could work, but I think it'll be easier if we just attack. And I'm not Dynamaxing. I want to save that for the final, because I would like to be able to go for Max Darkness in the final. Okay, that's acceptable damage. I think we're a little way away from Max Darkness, but it kind of depends what the computer does. Like, we've already had a Will-O-Wisp and a grassy terrain, so they are not attacking, which is a problem. Well, I don't think anyone else did attack, bar me. So that was nice. You're going to help me, okay. Shadow Ball should do a bit. I've got a stronger Crunch now. I know Electro Ball on. That's okay. That's actually not too bad. And nom. That was easy to do. Like, I think one more round, we're good. And the key factor is we're not in a bad spot for this battle. Dracolock is the fastest of our team, so it should always get the helping hand for that extra damage. I won't be taking the Rotom. I would like one of the others to take it. Maybe Blossom. But I don't think there's a wrong answer. Like, the poison weakness could be a thing. Because Blossom using Helping Hand has worked out just as nicely as the others. And it's a bit of a tank, really. It takes big damage without any real side effects. So yeah, we'll go with it. We'll stick with it. Okay. Not the worst, I guess. Still can't remember what that was. But yeah. What was that? That was Dracolok. Yeah. So it's not the worst, because I think it does have a fairy move, the Uxie. And it was pretty much out on its feet. So I feel like I want to just do fake tears. First turn. Toxic, okay. Will-O-Wisp, okay. Good job you used that, not Hex. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. Sorry, sir. What was that? You're not meant to do that much damage. You're just a Lake Guardian. Let's go with the crunch. Now we're going to go max darkness, so we can do more of the defense decreasing, which is the plan for this. That wasn't always going to be the plan. The dark moves are some of my favourites to use for this very reason. But yeah, let's just defeat it and move on to the next thing. Right. Helping Hand onto Scolipede, Megahorn. Big hit, nice. Hex is going to hurt. And then my Max Darkness. Oh no, it's going to attack Rotom. Okay, well Rotom is dead. Very dead. I know, did it survive? Did Rotom somehow survive that? I don't quite get how, and it doesn't get hit by Swift, which is lovely. We'll just carry on then. Like, that's all I can really do to it. But I think we've won, if I'm honest. Megahorn, missed, of course. Hex, knocks out. GG. Good luck to me, I guess. Good luck to me. Let's get this little Lake Guardian. So, when we were doing our other shiny hunting, we did actually get the Azelf. But because of this challenge, we are starting fresh. So, we have 0 shiny legendaries so far, which is fine. We're going to work to it. We knew we were going to start. It's just now we're at the stage where we can do all our shiny hunting. So let's just catch it. Let's see. Dracolok. Pretty sure that's a no. Scolipede, no. Rotom, no. And Uxie, no. Right. Right, just for a little bit, I'm going to go and do some wild encounters on Route 1, you know. See whether we can get a shiny. At least until somebody else wants to do DAs. They are a bit difficult on your own because you are playing the chance card with the computer and don't feel like it. The main reason why we were going to host DAs was so more people could join in anyway. And as we're doing a Route 1 race in a couple of weeks, I may as well start getting the numbers in the right place for this team. Or for what I've got. Where I've got some of these knockouts. Now, I don't have the best offensive team for this sort of thing. Definitely don't have a catching one. Hello Sherio, welcome in. How are you today? We've done a few of the DAs, but they're very, very quiet today, so we're going to do some random encounters. Something a bit different. What shall we target? Shall we go for Wooloo? Back to the Wooloos. I am good though, thank you. It's good to see you're okay. What do we have? We do have a couple of moves, I guess. That's helpful. But we want to try and knock a certain number of these out in a row, and then it should give us a better, brilliant aura chance. I think that's the wording. Nice. Anywhere in particular, or just out and about? There we go. Wooloo number 2. Whoop. So we have a sheep versus whipped cream. It's an interesting mixture. Let's be honest. But yeah, the whipped cream wins. We have a wild Badoo in the chat. Let's see if it gets caught. Oh, sheep number 3. Woo! Wooloo is the most random, like, first route Pokemon. It's solely actually one of my favourites, just because of how generic, just sheep it is. It just stands out as a good one. Is it because we're in Galar ourselves, or not? That's the question. Oh, sheep. Get the sheep. Get the sheep. Nice, nice. See, I found out that I'm probably going to have to annoyingly cancel my Saturday stream now. I was looking forward to Saturday, or not just what I was going to do, I was meant to be helping somebody else. But I do have to go to a birthday celebration that I didn't know about until this morning. But I'll try to do some of the 12-hour stream with them in the morning. Hoping the hide and seek gets done in the morning, because I want to take part in it. It will be kind of fun. Never really done the hide and seek in this game, but it's there and it's an option, and we've been talking about doing that for about a month or so, maybe longer. So I want to actually take part in it instead of it be something I'm missing, considering it would be nice. It would be one of the first times we've done a proper collab type thing. Well, it's not even a proper collab. I don't even know if I'm streaming my end. I can. It's up to me, I guess. There's another sheep. Wooloo, getcha. El Creamy. This is the El Creamy we got in a Dynamax. Oh, welcome back, Dragon. Hope everything is okay. I had a mixed bag with my adventures. I beat a Uxie and lost to a Tapu Fini. So I thought I would try and chain some Wooloos together. See whether I could find some shiny luck. I've forgotten how many I'm on. Already, it's probably only about 5. Well, it's 6. This is 7. Because I've only used Magical Leaf on them. Number 8 then. Number 8 on the Wooloo. So are you back able / wanting to join some DAs or not? I didn't really fancy doing them solo anymore. The Tapu Fini was annoying. Even though we had like a full steel team, we couldn't beat it. But because we're doing the Route 1 race next Sunday, I thought I might as well get some defeats on here. Maybe get lucky with an early shiny. Why not? We know how this game works. It either loves you or hates you. There's no middle ground. You're either getting it under odds or over odds, not dead on odds. Let's ride back here. I probably do this the most randomly silly way, but it's my crazy way, so it's worked for me. Yeah. I am thinking I'm probably going to do just mass outbreaks. See if we can start getting some shinies on the board on Violet tomorrow. Now, we haven't done what you call proper shiny hunting yet. Is that everyone or just you? Because it seems a bit unfair that it would just be you from all of the things you've mentioned before. Because it doesn't seem right that family would want to just push someone out the door. That's the problem with it. And it's very difficult to really understand how they would be happy with that, if that makes sense. We're getting nothing here. No sheeps. There we go. There's a Wooloo. Just that one. Just eluding us in the tall grass. Well, that looks very different colour. But as I say, hopefully things will get sorted out. Hello Kim, welcome in. How are you today? How was yesterday's stream? I know I missed it. I was at the cinema. It was one that came up that said you were online and I couldn't have it open on that. At least. Good. I went to see the Formula 1 movie and I wasn't overly impressed. I spent most of the film laughing. Good. Is that now you reached the level you need to? Or is it still one more session away? Thank you for the alert, Greaves. Hopefully you're feeling a bit better. I know you mentioned you weren't feeling too good in the Discords. If it takes weeks to hear back, the council, well, it isn't enough time to sort things out. There's a waiting list. That's the problem with it. Like, they look at it like this is not me. This is how the council look at it. They go, well, you have somewhere now. We won't put you on the list till you don't have somewhere, sort of attitude. That's the horrible side of how the councils work. Because it's not seen as a priority. Because they think there should be a way to sort out the situation. Or they would like to think there would be a way to sort out the situation. Are you still on? Oh, so you've got to do 4 streams at 3 views, don't you? That's the thing you've got to aim for, I think. I guess that must be the target, but they've also got to be different days of the week, so not just 2 random days, if that makes sense. But again, this time of the year is a lot harder to do the streaming because everything gets very warm. And the last thing you want is all of the equipment getting too warm. But that's, yeah. Let's just get out of the grass. So, it's happening the exact same way I told Mother it would. Just said I would be blackmailing them. When they said the courts won't give a crap on putting someone on the streets, they won't do nothing to help. They said the court will help, but guess what? Nothing. Like, I know that's how it's difficult. I know, like, this is where the legal system is very difficult because they can't, on paper, like, what's the person that's going to push you out going to do? Just dump all your stuff on the curb or just shout at you till you leave the house? Like, that's the difficult side to it. But then the council should be doing more with the mental health side of things as well. They can't just accept that somebody with mental health problems is going to be kicked out of a house, but then they can't force the person to keep you, and if they were forced to find somewhere for people in these situations, we wouldn't be quick to jump. But I thought it was they would want you out rather than you need to get out, if that makes sense. Because it doesn't seem right that a family member is giving you till that date and says you're no longer welcome. And that's the thing. Yes, you do, Sherry. You help a lot. You help and support a lot of us. Oh, so it's the court that's telling you you've got to leave the family house or flat. Rather than the person who you live with. Yeah. Because that makes it sound like they're putting you in there without permission for you to be in there. If that makes sense. Because I guess I don't really understand how the system works. Nice, Kim. Hopefully it is a bit nicer weather than it is down here. But this is just how the legal system's a bit wonky. Because at the end of the day, what do they expect you to do? They need to put you somewhere if they tell you can't go to that place. And they can't expect you to just live on the streets. They have to, if it's a council decision, they have to put you somewhere. They can't say just sit on the street until we find you somewhere. That's not how the society should be built on. It's different if they said you have to go to a house share with some people. You wouldn't like it, but they're offering something. But they can't just expect you to live on the street.
I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
Thank you for the hydrate, Kim. And have you been through like the whole of citizens' advice and all of that? No, I mean like the council might have some house sharey type thing set up for people who are trying to get back on their feet sort of attitude. Which is what the situation kind of is, isn't it? Where you were there till you could find money to get somewhere. But because people are a bit naive with understanding how difficult it is to get jobs nowadays, they should be able to help push you to find some loophole so you don't get just thrown on the street from a family home. That's the... Yes, they'll say the family should be able to sit down and discuss it, but it's very difficult, though, to really understand how the system works. And like the situation you're in is why there's so much hatred towards people coming to the country. Because it's sort of, you're in a position where somebody who's not done anything wrong and you'll be in a bad position. That's the thing, like. But the council, I imagine, are going to push you to find, at least push you in the direction of where the homeless shelters are to start with, which is better than being on the streets. But they're not much help. I don't hate them, I just think they are harsh on them. Yeah, we're in a country where people can earn endless amounts of money for kicking a ball, and we can't afford to put people in basic houses. After they've decided to take all of the jobs away from retail because everyone order online, and if the retail shops are there, they've got no. It's like they don't care about workers; they only want 4 or 5 in the building. That's the problem that none of the government are really considering as a conversation. Oh no, we missed the pan sage. So let's keep doing our circles here. Let's no more Wooloos. Where are you, Wooloo? We will go back to D8 in a minute. We're going to use up all of our Creamy's moves and see if we can see a Brilliant or a Wooloo. That's the goal. This will be 30 when we finish these, which will be good, I think. And then we can move on to the next one. We seem to see a lot of Brilliant or a Greedent or Squovet, which I don't really want a Squovet, not gonna lie. So yeah, but I understand that side of it too. I mean, it's more, there's like a select group of people who think they're the reason why the country is a problem. And it's the same with other countries as well. They always blame the people coming in rather than turning the mirror on the people in the country in the first place. But it just seems very sudden that it's hitting that they want to get you out. I know you've mentioned that they want you to find somewhere, and there's been arguments and stuff. But the reality is, this is where the perception of the difficulty is difficult, because, as you say, you're on there, you're looking every day, and nobody wants to give you a blind bit of notice. But you can't sit there for 12 to 14 hours a day searching and searching. You've got to have something to take your mind off things, otherwise you will lose yourself. But the problem is, if they kick you out, you can't then get a job because you won't have an address. So they're not actually helping. They're actually making it worse. That's the the thing that they need to realise. That's why it's more frustrating from someone from the outside looking in. It's like you can see that you're doing what you can. It's not like you can walk into the local supermarket and say, can I have a job? Because even if they only give you 10 hours, it's not going to be enough to pay for a flat or a room or something. Well, technically, if you're still there when you start, they should be fine. It's more, they will want. It's very difficult because some places won't care about fixed residence, but if you have a bank account, that's at least something set up that they can pay you into. That's the thing, like, yeah, the ones you've already applied for, you should be fine. But the problem is being prepared to go into the job is the difficult side if you've got nowhere as a base. Like maybe if one of them does come up and comes back good, they might turn around to say, okay, we'll give you another month to get enough to put down to rent somewhere. That's another side of it. Like, because at the end of the day, you should still be, like, you said it's gone through a court, and it feels like they should have offered you somebody to discuss things with, rather than it just be, this is what the court's saying, like offer you some form of lawyer to have on your side. Not expect you just to hear what they have to say and be told that's what's happening. That doesn't seem to be how courts work. And then the lawyer should be then advising you what to do if the bad outcome came from it. The problem is I have to guarantee where I'm going to be, and they said one place 1 minute and another place the next. But yeah, as I said, like, if it's a court case, they should be giving you a chance to have a free lawyer for anything that happens in there to advise you. That's what the citizen's advice should have been doing, giving you someone to sit there and go. The idea of citizen's advice is not to tell you what to do, it's to tell you what your options are and offer you things that way. Because it all sounds like a very questionable eviction, if that makes sense. Doesn't seem like it's being done the proper legal way, in any way, shape or form. Right, so we've nearly used all of our Creamy's moves, and then we can move on. We'll go back to some DAs. You never know, we might get one shiny before the final one gets used. But the thing is, we've managed to knock out 40 in this little stint, so. But I have not seen one single brilliant aura. So on paper, is it the council that's kicking you out, or the family that's kicking you out? Like, officially. No Wooloos. It says I need to be off the property, but I don't have a place. I'll just play an awkward as them. So they kind of went behind your back as well. Because, like, at the end of the day, didn't you say that you live with 2 stepbrothers that are autistic? So what's, like, the claim is that, like, the counterclaim to all of it is as simple as, if they've done it to me, why would you want to leave your 2 autistic stepbrothers in the hands of someone who kicked them out? Or, you know what I mean? Like, they're quite happy to kick you out. How do you know they won't do the same to one of them? And the other counter argument to all of it is, could you put yourself in as classed as the official carer for them, or at least the blood brother? But again, if they're claiming to be carers and they're kicking a family member out the house, it kind of sounds counterproductive that they, like, that you're perfect to have for them, because you could almost be their respite. Because if it's one adult with 2 autistic adults, it's not necessarily about how strict you are. Like, it's more to do with, you are the brother. It is your blood. and you could turn around and say you're concerned that he might not be safe with a step family. That's what I mean. Or you're concerned for his safety. It's different with the step brother. There won't be like a legal position for you for that one. But surely if it's a step brother, a real brother as such, there's going to be that debate that, like, how safe is he going to be without you there? Like, how do you know that they're not just going to kick him out because he's not related? Why do they want to keep him there? But that's, you said before that they're making that up because they don't understand what they're doing, or what they're saying and the ramifications of it. Do you want to try a Tapu Fini or not as well? Or should I go for a solo one again? I might just start the Tapu Fini, and if I don't hear, I will do it solo. If I do, okay. We will not take Drapion. Oh, it hasn't a still move, but we'll take this to start with. So it's difficult that they consider you the... Please take Toku tomorrow. It's weird that they would consider you the problem when you could be considered the person that's there to help more than just hinder, if that makes sense. They can't just say that you're the problem. But that seems like it's something that's gone a lot further back than anything else. And that's why they've kind of decided to turn on you almost. But even if that's the case, the court should... when you go to court, you must be able to say something about what your position is. Like, they can't have just taken it out, oh, you've got to go within 2 weeks. Like, and then they should be asking what you will do, because at the end of the day, you're just as important to the outcome of everything. If that makes sense. You're not just going to be like somebody left behind. Like, and also, I guess another side of it is the house a council house, or is it their own personal property? Welcome in, boy from Belgium. Because you should have been offered that before they have a final outcome. Like, I think even like boy from Belgium will back you up. In his court case, he's just successfully won, regardless of whether we, like, whatever happened, she would have got to defend herself in that case. Even though she lost, she had that right, and you had the right to defend yourself from there. Because at the end of the day, an eviction should be given with a larger amount of time. And you've not hurt anybody, you've not threatened anybody, and if they claim you have, there's still no proof. So that it sounds like whoever was defending you really didn't do their job. Should I take this? I probably should for now. Okay, good job I did. No one... I want to get this electric type. So no one even offered me a chance to defend myself and left me believing I could only have had Legal Aid once. Well, the thing is, if you... So, again, I'm not saying this is what's happened. I'm saying this is how the legal system generally works. If you have committed a crime, Okay, you didn't commit a crime. They have to give you a lawyer, or offer you a lawyer of anything like that. Like anytime you go to court, you are offered the chance to have a lawyer. They can't expect you to turn up without anyone, and it will be a free lawyer because it will be a public defender and all that sort of stuff. Because at the end, you've been accused of something because that's why they want you out. So you should have been given the chance when they set the trial up. So that their lawyer has stitched you up, which is probably against ethics as well. Like anything you do, so they went out to make sure it was a place you couldn't get to as well. Which again sounds like it's a more of a win on your side at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, it sounds like they deliberately went out their way to make sure you lost, which again is how horrible lawyers generally are. It's slightly different than just the basic eviction notice boy from Belgium, but that's my feeling. It should have been given to you with some more backup, really. We're honest. It shouldn't have just been, that's happening in 2 weeks, you don't get a say. And you would also have the right to appeal, which yeah, any sort of eviction, and the other side of it is, like that you're not actually, they can't technically force you out. It will be very awkward, but what do they expect you to do with all your stuff? That's the other side of it. Come on, Lycan Rock. Okay, that'll do. So we could go Toko tomorrow. At least we'll get some items. Be probably easier to beat. No, it's Dedenne, not Toko tomorrow. That's why I think there should be a right to appeal, and that's what the citizen advice should be doing to help. That is the point of citizens' advice. You've been given something questionable, shall we say, that you can't really do anything about. But then where did it expect you to put all of your belongings? Like, you're not going to fit it in like one bag or something. That side of it's also very questionable from them. So that's the thing. It just seems like they're all doing a few things they probably shouldn't, to make it difficult for you, without even like considering the consequences. Like, let's just say something did happen. How is your brother going to feel if he knows it? That's the thing. They'll have to bring it to me. Is it? He probably would if something bad happened, but I'm not saying it will. But they're putting you in a position where it's more likely to happen. That's the thing. They're not thinking correctly. Not much point doing this. Because there's like the other side of it is, how do you know they're not going to just get rid of all your stuff, if that makes sense? I think you need to get back straight onto citizens' advice and just be sitting there saying, I want to talk to someone who can help me. None of this, will get to you later. And if they hang up, just phone up again and just don't stop until they actually listen to you, because they won't be able to block you. As long as you don't shout at them, you could hopefully get some better answers. Because it just sounds like yeah, there's a lot of... I'm gonna have to take this, aren't I? Annoyingly. Well, it's probably better. Do we get a good item? Do we go? We probably risk this then. So in the UK, they've got these things called no-fault evictions, but the thing is, it's not classed. This doesn't sound like it's classed as an eviction. It's removal of somebody from someone else's property. That's what it sounds more like. It's more of a court order than an eviction. That's why it's even more difficult. The Dene didn't miss. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Belgium. I'm sort of doing a thing where I'm seeing what the lady has to offer and putting it together that way. So you can't get to the next town to our next page. Is there no way they can do some of it on the phone? In any way? Like, even if it's just the basic, like, beginning part. That's why it's a slightly more difficult case than if it was the council saying you've got too many people living here, we need one out sort of attitude. If it's their property, but then it also does fall under the no fault eviction, which is meant to be more illegal, or getting made illegal. Because that doesn't sound like what... Is there no way of talking to a citizen advice person online? I think when I've spoken to them there was an online system. So it just seems like they're doing... literally giving you 2 or 3 hour window to have a conversation. And if you don't get that conversation, tough. And that's not the point of citizens advice. It should be there for you whenever you need it. I might guess not midnight, but you know what I mean. But even if they point you in the right directions, it might be somewhere to start with it. That's the thing. Like, if you wait till next week and then they say we'll start something, it's a bit too late by then. That's the thing, right? And then, is there not an option to speak to whoever's your case handler through the job centre? Because at the end of the day, all their work is going out the window because you won't be able to get what you need from them as well, which is the other slightly more, even more frustrating thing. Because like, that'll be the worst thing, because I know you've been going, you've done what they've said. I know you don't have to go back for a while, you said, but they're still going to have you on the books, going to be pointing you in directions and stuff if you need help, and that's where you get some of the payments from. And now suddenly they may stop that. Let's just check these for shinies. Didn't think that was. No on the Boltman, no on the Dene, no on the Tapu. Yeah, all they can do is what I've tried in the past, and they say the same. It sounds like you just We'll keep it for a minute. Let's just see. Is this Tapu one you've got as well, Mr. Belgium? I know you won't want to do Raikou, because you've got one already. I know you've got some of the Tapus. I can't remember if you had all 4. If not, we'll just do Blacephalon. Well, I'll just set up Blacephalon. So you need Feeny still. So we'll do a Feeny then. Let's do this one then. Because it would be different if they turned around and said we would want X amount of your payments to stay here. That would be something to start with. And that's whether you want to or not, that would be then your decision. But at the end of the day, it just seems like that they've put something out there without hearing your story. And part of it would be, I think for you, would be very interesting to see what was said in the case to make them give that short a notice in the case. That's the other way I would look at it, because it sounds like they've said a lot of, like as you said, they make up a lot of stuff, and you never got a chance to defend yourself. As we said, if you look at Mr. Belgium's case, he won, yes, but she was able to defend herself to the extent of what she thought was fair in that trial, in that case. So every time something like this happens, they should be hearing both sides of it. And if they don't offer you a chance, then they shouldn't be doing the final outcome. That's the thing that's very confusing about the case. It's almost like somebody doing like a divorce and not telling one half of the couple that they want the divorce and having the final stuff done without a discussion once. That's the thing. Oh, we have a random Mr. Belgium. They left. If you want to start, we can, Mr. Belgium. It's just the 2 of us. Yes, so we know what we're facing, and it's not a good selection to start with. Well, the Durant will work, at least. Please take the Clang. Of course you didn't take the Clang. Right. What do we have? There is a still on the right. I mean the left. I guess we're going to have to just go left. Actually, this is a steel type, isn't it? And it's got electric. So it's not terrible, I don't think. If I'm not mistaken. I'm not much help, so I'm here to make up the numbers. This is one the Sandslash might be helpful against, if we're honest. There's not any point me Dynamaxing either. Unless, I don't think Flamethrower is super effective, is it? No. But I'm just going to do a Flamethrower, see if we get a burn. That's what I'm trying to say, I think, pretty much. Like, it shouldn't be just a one and done. There is an event Noctowl in the chat, if anybody wants it. Let's see if we can get our 4% up to 5% by the end of the day. Oh, everybody's coming to get it. Will they get it? Probably. We know that I probably won't get it because the game hates me. Let's see how many people get it. There's 4 of us in the mix. Watch Belgium get it shiny as well, just to do the normal. The other question to ask, pretty much, Dragon, is there any other family you can stay with during the change? And the one thing we will say about this boy from Belgium is it's not a renting rule. This isn't a renting situation. That's the thing to note. It's not so much whether they have space, it's like surely one of them would rather you not be sleeping on the streets. That's the thing. I think we can just go for this. Like, we're just going to have to hope that the Sand Slash can hit a bug move once. I know, but there's got to be somebody, one member of your family that just won't see you on the street. Like, even if it means you get 2 weeks to try to sort out the next stage or something. I'm not saying permanently move there, but it's better than the way the whole lot seem to be treating you. Like, I know Belgium's talked about it. If the worst comes to the worst, he does have somebody. But it's that's the thing. Like, somebody in your family will want to make sure you're safe. None of them are just going to want you to literally be left with nothing sort of attitude. It doesn't matter if there is or isn't space. If it's family, they make a point to help. That's the key thing to say, because then if they're worried like they should be, they would come to you to take you there. They couldn't expect you to if they know there's no money. In order to get something to happen, I need to stay in the town. That's the problem with it again. But could you see it as a potential fresh start in a new town if somebody was willing to give you longer to find your feet? Is that something like that? Okay. So this is the same sort of situation you would be in if your mum turned around and said she wants you out, sort of thing. That's kind of what the same situation is. But then the complete flip side of it would be if there was somewhere where you could start from scratch and just apply for a job there without all of the job centre stuff behind you. It could be an option that there's somewhere outside of your town at the moment where you could start stuff, get the money starting, and then move that way. Now that might not have been a good idea. Actually, it's a magneton, it's not the worst. Can't really hurt it. That's the problem. But then, as you say, they've got to give you a lot of time to do something, and that's the problem with the world now. Everybody expects people to drop, and be able to start a fresh job somewhere, like within a day, and nobody can. I guess I just use an Iron Hand. And there's no harm in asking them all at least once. And that's the problem. This is what the horrible cycle in the UK is. They always make a big point of this in some adverts. It's like, you can't get a job if you don't have a house, or unless you have a bank account. You can't get a bank account unless you have a fixed address. And then it just sends you in a big circle, because you can't then get a house until you get a job, or a flat or rent or whatever. So like, as soon as somebody gets put out, like, that's what the cycle creates. There's nowhere for anyone to go. And that's the absolute horrendous problem with how this country really runs. But then this is, it seems a bit bang out of order that a family member would kick someone out when they're already trying. And that, if you get what I mean. But then this is the problem with how society is turned into. We want to AI everything. We want to put computers in all the shops. We've gone from 5 or 6 people in a shop to 1 or 2, and so on and so forth. And it's just crippled the working people of this world. Unless you're skilled, which you can't afford to get skilled in, you don't stand a chance. If you're over 30, they don't want to give you a job. Because they want young people that will work for longer. They'll do it for less money. They'll do it for everything else. But I think, from what everything you've told me, for the majority of what you do is you sit out of the way. You're not. Like, it would be different if you ran out, cooked dinner at silly o'clock, and didn't wash up after it. You put the telly on full blast. You invited people round. And if you get what I mean, if you were doing all of that, then I completely get why they would be like they are. But you kind of just stay out the way, from what you said, and just let them do their thing, and you just stay in like the corner out of the way. That's the silly thing about why they're acting the way they are. Welcome in, Diggler Doug. How are we? We are trying our best at some DAs. We've started our brand new shiny hunting challenge, so we've got everything ready at least. So we'll see how well it goes. I'm going to leave this for you to Dynamax Boy from Belgium, because I'll probably get knocked out the next turn. You will get there at 30, but I have money so I can rent. The challenge is absolutely every living form version of every Pokemon on the Switch 2 exclusive saves. So basically I made a brand new profile, played through Violet, Sword and Legends Arceus, and yeah, now we've got the shiny charm in this. We don't have it in the others, but we've unlocked everything, so we can start shiny hunting. And the idea is to get a form dex, including a Mega and a G-Max form of everything. So it'll take a long time, but the eventual goal is to probably do some shiny hunt races on Sundays. I've set up July to be Route 1 the first week, a map on PLA the second week. Then we're going to do a type challenge on Scarlet and Violet, and then we're going to pick some cards from the bulk that I've got, and they're going to be the targets. See if we can get everything in a stream, any game you want. So yeah. So I survived. Used to have a friend who came round every now and then, but he broke the friendship off when my mental health started affecting him. Listening to other things, trying to better myself isn't something they care about, although they're trying to tell people succeed that isn't true. And yet that's why it seems like there's a lot going on that's been happening behind your back, how long have you been there? That might be the next question that may help. But GG to you, Mr. Belgium, and good luck. Hopefully we can get a shiny. But if you do want to follow along with the challenge, we are putting every shiny we get in the Discord and putting the events and stuff in the Discord. So it's not like you've only been there a tiny bit. And of those 3 years, how long have you been looking for a job? Is that actually a shiny Duraludon? No. Nope. Nope. And nope. Sadly, I really thought that was a shiny for a minute. I know the top is slightly lighter. Right, we'll save the Feeny. I just want to check the lady each time, as I said. What do you have for me? Sweet Coon? We might take that, actually. I'm going to get rid of Uxie. Because a few people have Uxie, so it's not a problem. Are you happy with Sweet Coon, Mr. Belgium? So, we will set up Sweet Coon. If you say no, I'll just back out and go back to the other one. So, last year and a half into court case for access to my Sunfield. So it does sound like there's quite a lot going on. That's the big problem, that they're probably... It just seems like there should be more support from everyone involved. I just want to confirm Mr. Belgium's happy with Sweet Coon. Are you happy with Sweet Coon? Yeah, I was just thinking that there's got to be some more support somewhere. Like, if you're seeing a therapist, they should be advising. If you're seeing... Wait, I said, are you happy with Sweet Coon? And you go, I'm happy. I kept Feeny on the list. I've just rotated it around. Oh, we can do a supercharged Raichu. I don't think you've got Sweet Coon. I know you've got Raikou. But if you had like a therapist, they should be guiding you and stuff like that as well. And helping put you in the right areas. I got rid of Uxie, yes. I bet you were going to say I don't have Uxie anymore. I don't really think we need to swap between us, do we? This one has a grass move. Okay, I only got rid of it because Uxie is pretty easy to do, and I said I got rid of it because I knew at least you and a few other people might have it, so there wasn't too much of a point in keeping it really. The only one I'm keeping is 100% is Blacephalon. But they soon pass me off the line. There's nothing they can do because I already got everything ready. Okay. We're gonna ooze. Ooze. That's the one. Because at the end of the day, I look at it as they've gone and said they want this to happen. And the court should turn around and say you either get this done, this support, etc., etc., or you're out after that day, if that makes sense. Instead of it just being get out sort of attitude. But then the problem is it sounded like they didn't want you in there to start with, from what you said. But again, oh no, we don't have stone balls. That's a weird statement to say on stream. Um, so yeah, and it just feels like they didn't want to have you there, so they've just gone well out of their way to make it difficult. I did not even know that there was a stone ball in that Pokemon game. Shows you how bad I am at it. Hopefully everyone can catch this. I know it's not an event spawn. But I just think that you're going to have to lay it all on the line with the person you're meeting next week. You can't try to be overprotective, tell them the situation from everything, tell them that you didn't get to defend yourself in the court case, etc., etc., and then they can decide what is the best course of action. It shouldn't be just down to one outcome. Oh no, Mr. Belcher missed out, or did he not try and catch it? I get confused with Poker Check and Poker Catch. Oh, Mr. Belcham's already got it. Of course he has. You're halfway there. Wait, what? He used a move to get his health back. Welcome in, Squishy. How are you today? Yeah, I think they need to change the words. When you glance at it, you see check and catch, and all you see is poke, see. It's like we're all putting the same word in. They need to change it to I am good, thank you. Just back to the shiny hunting grind, really. Not having much luck in this game, as always. Yeah, it's the beginning of the sword side of things. DAs were a bit slow. Like, we still have not managed to have a full lobby today, which is very strange, to be honest. Now, they need to change the wording to not be check. Right, we can let the computer take this, I guess. Yeah, DAs, it's a strange one. Like in April, DAs were chaos. Everybody wanted in on them. But this month, it's very quiet. But I guess because I'm not advertising a target, it may put people off. But hey, it means I get to try and do a few of them. Hopefully get the shinies. No, why did you want to get rid of the Raichu? Comfy as a healer. Yeah, but I could have supercharged you. Obviously, letting me finish to speak, keeping that up. But that's the problem with the fact that, as you said, you've got two autistic, you've got autistic adults that don't quite understand what's happening. I think that's the horrible side to it that you're stuck with. It's the adult, the stepfather, that should be listening more, or giving you time to have that conversation, if that makes sense. But as you said, he didn't really want you there in the first place, so he doesn't want to listen. Yeah. It just seems like, as I say, like they seem like they're a bit of a nasty piece of work, that they're quite happy to ruin someone's life than actually help them. But did you want to join in, Squishy, on any of the DAs or not? We're pretty open to do pretty much anything. I know Boyfriend Belgium, there's a few that he doesn't want to do because he does have a few shinies that he'll tell you about. A few more than me, anyway. I'm just going to slow it down. Don't want to use that. I'll use this. But yeah. We've been doing Blacephalon, Tapu Fini, and we're on Suicune at the moment, so we're happy to try a few of them out. Because like the complete counter argument to everything that happens is, if something did happen to your stepfather, who then becomes the carer? And that's the complete opposite side to it. Because they're not going to leave the three of them in that house on their own. They would need one. Because we're going to get one of every single one. Not just, so we're going to do genders, all the ribbons of El Creamies, and we're going to do G-Max and Omega of each one that has one at the moment. That's why it's a Living Form Dex. That's why my total from my calculations is 1,397. Granted, there are a lot of Shiny Lock stuff. There's a lot that I cannot get. So I've put them on the list. I will probably give myself the Manaphy, Enamorus, and Keldeo because there's no other way of doing it. So where is your mum then at the moment? Is she in the same place or somewhere else? Don't take that. So for your brother and your stepfather, it's for stepbrother, and they keep saying they're getting. It is very difficult to do it. Okay, so it seems even worse that she wants to push you out as well. Should we just go for berries? Because we'll beat this pretty easily. Because at the end of the day, is she happy with this happening? That's the better thing. But if it's an eviction, it has to be a longer time for an eviction. That's the thing. That's why it's more difficult than just that. No, I don't think it can get paralysed, so we'll try and flinch it, I guess. Because it kind of feels like you just need to sit down with her without anyone else around and have a proper conversation of what the problem, what the consequences are going to be. But then maybe draw up more of a roadmap and say, if you haven't found something or found somewhere in date X, that's when things might have to, you'll do something about it. But does that actually work, the quash? Maybe? I did not expect Toko Tamara to be one of the slowest on the field. But yeah, we should be able to get this one done pretty quickly then. You're the Blossom, aren't you? That's another difficult side of it as well. Like, that's something I always feel should be educational in school. Them sort of teaching you the basics. Didn't I get the Lipard, remember? Oh. We've got Lipard as well. But when I was at school, food tech was how do you make a fruit salad? That was pretty much the class. I think we did fruit salad and a pizza, and that was it. You can't have all of the shinies, Mr. Belgium. You need to give other people a chance to get some. Remember, I'm still on 0 in this game, and I'm not happy that I'm still on 0. I may as well Dynamax, because you'll probably Quiver Dance, won't you? If I'm guessing. I think you've got Quiver Dance. Or you might just go straight into the moves. You never know. We've seen a few of them. Let's just get some tabs up. Die to the electricity. But we don't want that on mute, but the computer's on mute. I think that works. I think that's how I've been doing it recently. Because I've been lazy. Can't mind? Okay. Like, Suicune is one of the easiest things to beat though, isn't it? Let's be honest. We'll close that one. Let's go again. Plus it's easy distracting, can't fully concentrate. So that also sounds like there's some more things that have not been diagnosed that would give you more importance in a line. But the problem is it will take so long to get diagnosed with them. If you have got like an ADHD diagnosis, they would put you higher up on the list to make sure that you had something. Or somewhere at least. But it sounds like you may not have been diagnosed with it. Because now everyone's finding out that there's a lot of people with it that are in an older generation. And because you never got treated, people are just claiming it rather than understanding it. That makes sense. And the fact that we are creating content that is designed to be easily distractible within 5 or, well, you can watch 10 seconds and you're done with a short and just scroll to the next one. It kind of explains why there's so easily, it's coming out a lot more than it used to. Now, a lot of people would have had the basics of it, but there wasn't so much to show everything about it. But now it's everywhere and everyone has got the signs of it. No one really knows how to stop it or treat it properly. You know, I've got a streamer friend who's in their second half of their century, shall we say, who has been going through some of those changes and recently got diagnosed with it. And that's the problem. They suggest, they think you possibly have it, and because you haven't been diagnosed, that's what's making it more difficult. If they could get diagnosed, they could do even more to help you. Like, there's clearly quite a lot of signs of me having some form of autism, because I'm very routined. I need things in order. I follow a lot of routine. Yeah, if it's not done in a certain way, I get upset. But since I said from a counsellor that I would potential. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's a lot of because it's not being diagnosed. They can't do anything until you are, but to diagnose you takes a long time. You know, I've watched another YouTuber / streamer that I watched for years, and and one of his friends. So they're both in like their mid-40s, and they only got diagnosed with autism in their 40s. So let's see, did we get a shiny though? Comfy, no. Lino, no. Lipard, no. And Suicune, no, of course. Never mind. We'll get there. We'll get one eventually. We'll save this and see what the lady has to offer. Nothing this time. So we'll go in to do Feeny again now. We'll go back to Tapu Fini. At least I know Boy from Belgium needs all three of these, so he can't say I'm picking the ones he doesn't need. Do we get the same random join again? That would be funny. So yeah. As we said, we do also have the Discord. I should make sure that actually works, because we'll get there eventually. So some of the ADH premiums can be mistaken for some parts. Yeah. Something like that. I don't want to just be a streamer who is playing the game. I want to make sure everybody who watches has some answers by the end of it if they need a bit of help. It just makes them feel better, makes you feel better. Like some things you can't do much for, you can just point the directions, which is kind of all I can do here. But I could say certain other things about not doing that, but it's a big thing about just understanding that people have problems they need to discuss, and we want to try and help them in our own weird way. I think left. Welcome in, Zola. How are you today? I am looking forward to some Booster Thursdays. We would like to get a shiny today, but I can't guarantee that. So we'll see what we can do. We're after Tapu Fini this time. We're sort of floating for a few different shiny things. Nothing's too important. I am good. We are going through a problem for one of the members of chat, but it's very complicated. We're just trying to help them find the best solution, but yeah, it's very difficult. So yeah, so if you want to take part in a funky where are we? Oh, this is right. I am learning these things now. A funky shiny hunting competition today. Or you can go and follow Solar, where he opens a couple of packs and we pick some hunts, and you get points for shiny hunting during his session. So yeah, if we don't care for each other or show kindness, very least, what does that say about us? Yes, it's amazing how much you learn from people outside of your normal circle. Well, thank you for coming in. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day. And we may see you again, do some more of... Maybe you want to take part in some of our shiny hunting challenges. Yeah, as we say, we're going to try and do races on Sundays, but we'll see how well it goes. I've decided to try it out through July, but it could be a great thing, it could be a disaster. But at the end of the day, if no one plays, I will still shiny hunt. And that's the important thing. This is why we've got this challenge. This is why we're so far behind on this challenge. So that's the fun thing. I've always said I like community shiny hunting. I really struggle on my own to do it. It's not a problem, Solar. I know how much you love the community as well, and the more that we bring communities together, the better, right? Like, that's the best way to enjoy gaming. Gaming can be very isolating, but it can also be very enjoyable with more and more people. I'm just surprised how many people in the world just think, yeah, that's what I've said a lot about people nowadays. I would like to think, yeah, we were going to keep the barbarical. I look at it and I can sit there and have a discussion with a friend of mine. I'm scared of what we can go for here. Guess this? Yeah, like, I talked to a friend of mine and we talk about just how the world is so selfish. Like, it's, unless you're the first person and the only person that matters, you're going to get nowhere. You're going to end up with nothing. The more you open up to learn to understand, and we're mainly talking about how selfish people are when they drive, but it ends up being a bigger picture whenever we end up having this discussion. So yeah, it's a strange one that we have, but it sort of explains why we get not so much down, but we can get frustrated with things in life, and like, there's people are just angry at everything and everyone for no reason. I may as well just use reflect, I guess. Yeah. As we said, like, if people learn to just accept their neighbour is gonna have a difference of opinion, we can have a better future. Like, I know a lot of stuff that happens in the world is based on religion. It's like, I will say one thing with religion, I personally don't believe in any of it. If you want to, that is fine. Just don't hurt anyone and don't preach it at me. Do what you want. Believe what you want. That's my stance on religion. It's a very simple one. It's not going to offend anyone. And if it does, that is why I have that stance on religion. It's calmness. Like, and then the big thing you got to learn in life is being calm with the worst moments is very important. I know, because I used to get worked up and angry at things, but I've learnt just to take a step back and understand that you've got to look after yourself, but not step on others. So yeah. So you could see what would happen and then got to like it and give it up. That's kind of why I'm where I am, to be honest. I said that I wanted to just make a shiny hunting video. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to stream it. If nobody watches it, I'm going to commentate on it, whatever happens. And if I'm going to commentate on it, why not? Let's see if anyone does want to watch it. And slowly it just became more and more and more. There is part of that. But see, one of the other sides of it is, like, the retirement age is going up, and as I've mentioned before, entry-level jobs are gone. There's no such thing as this anymore. You're either skilled enough to do the job, or they're not interested. And instead of trying to teach you to be good at the job, and that's where, well, I think even myself falls into that bracket, and there's others. If you aren't taught it, they don't care. Like, when I did computers at school, Microsoft wasn't a thing we used. So yeah. And you can also follow our favourite Dragon Slayer, Shiny Hunter Dorcas. We will continue some shoutouts today, because I haven't done many today. I've been doing them a bit more, but I'm not getting as good as I used to be. I get distracted. What were we facing? Shall we take this, because it has acid spray? Who do we have? We have Boy from Belgium. We'll do that one next. Then we'll do Dragon. Keep my viewer count, so it says I got no one. The problem with if it says you've got no one and you're resting your voice, when they come in, like this is part of the quick part of getting someone's attention. If you're not talking, they think you're not going to have a mic on. That's the thing. If you're not talking when they step in, they'll think that you're just playing the game rather than actually talking. So you really do need to be talking the whole time, or they're like, people will walk in or click on you and they're like, who are you? Sort of attitude. Why should I listen to you if you're just playing the game? Like, I don't keep it on. I can have a glance at it if I see chat's a bit slow, but at the end of the day, me stopping talking isn't going to make someone come in to watch. That's the thing that you've got to remember as well. And it's harder when you don't have a camera, because if you have a camera, they know you could be just taking a drink or having something to eat. But if it's just the game, they won't see anything. Yeah, it's very difficult. Like at the beginning, like when I was doing my challenge, like for most of December and January, I may have had at best one person come and go. Like Kim kept me company quite a lot. Shirio was usually around as well in the chats, but outside of those two, it was a couple of people coming in to lurk here and there, and they would go. Like we had good support, like that helped reach the affiliate, but at the end of the day, it was doing a lot of stuff where nobody was really part of the challenge, if that makes sense. Like that's why I made my second challenge more of a chat interactive one, where we span the wheel and the wheel would decide our hunts for Scarlet and Violet, and chat would come along and support, push us in a direction, make some suggestions. Yes, you do, Shirio. That's why we love having you around, because you just want to help everyone and support them. Even if it's something you don't play along with, you just like to see everyone enjoying what they're doing, don't you? That's the big thing. There is the Shaman Slayer, boy from Belgium. One day he'll get that Shiny Lock Shaman in BDSP, but I don't know when. I think, how much longer did you go yesterday? Because I jumped out pretty late into the stream. I don't know what number you finished on. I think I jumped out about 64. I don't know, I think you and Corey had a discussion about something. I walked in halfway through and got confused what was going on. So I slowly walked back out again. I didn't want to say too much. Okay. So hopefully you can get it soon, and then we can get you. Have you decided how you're going to do Reggie, Lecky, or Drago? Unless you get somewhere by the 10th, I'll probably pass on that Thursday. Okay. Fair enough. What? Did I miss something about what's happening on that Thursday? Or not? No, I am not so much which game you're going to use. It was more how you're going to do it. Are you going to turn the lights off, turn the lights on, then save? I guess I should take this then. I could acid spray to help you. Or do you want to acid spray? I guess I'll acid spray then. And if you do want to watch Dragon's adventures in Leaf Green, you can do. Or Fire Red even. Just working through there before he starts his own challenge. And I am intrigued to see what the challenge is, but I imagine that certain things have put that on hold. Okay. It's a bit more frustrating with the Lecky or Drago, isn't it? Because you've got to get the exact pattern right. At least when you do the other three, you can do that pretty quickly. Right, so I Acid Spray, because you can Dynamax into your Poison move, I guess. I did a bit of both when I did my Registeel one, but we'll get there eventually. But there's the problem with a lot of this, like, it's all about time and finding the best time to do everything. I sort of just committed heavy on going for it this time. I don't know why. I just thought, you know what, I'm not getting anywhere. I'm going to take a bit of a punt. And this month has been my best month since we started. We've constantly made an improvement. So I'm quite happy with where we're going. If we're going to take a little bit longer to get there, yeah, we will. But I feel like this challenge, and once we get it so it's very interactive, like the channel points can completely troll what we do, which is fine. I don't mind. As I said, I don't care what we shiny hunt as long as we can enjoy it together. I've always had that stance from day one. I would also have to let someone know I'm probably not going to be able to mod for them. Yeah, I get that. Thank you, Cheerio. As I say, I just want to make people feel welcome somewhere. I feel like I should own a bar in Boston called Cheers. And the young audience go, what's Cheers? We're winning, ironically. Did you want to jump in some DAs? I think you've had all the Tapus, but did you want to jump in? We can do some other stuff. I'm not desperate to do all the this. You can also follow our friend Miss Jeep, who is mostly Fortnite, but you can have some fun with the Fortnite stuff. Watch Cheers, dang. Yeah. It was a nice place to go where everyone knew your name. Do you need Tapu Fini, ironically, or not? Before? I think most people will probably just leave you as a mod, so it's easier. But just know that they'll be happy if they just know that you've told them you're not going to be around for a while. That's probably the best way, and they'll just understand it. As long as they're not paying you, they just won't pay you at all. That makes sense. What's next? More shouts. Who else? Who else has been here today? We did have... Actually, we got Greaves. There we go. We'll do Greaves next. Yeah, so did you need Tapu Fini, ironically? I know you had a lot of the Tapus. Yeah, I watched Cheers very, very late, to say the least. I find it very hard to watch. I either love the first series and before the coach passed away, or I love the Woody Harrelson era, but I get attached to one or the other. We won't. Do you need Suicune? Just out of interest. And is Coco on this file you've got at the moment, Mr. Belgium? Well, maybe we'll just do Suicune first. Well, okay, if you host Tapu Koko, then at least 3 of us can do Tapu Koko next. Now, I know most people do the modding for free. It's very difficult because some people try to do it. It's difficult because you have to find someone who's going to be there every sort of stream, and you sort of work your way through it all, don't you? But Cincino is not shiny. Nor is our Tangler, or our Stuntank, or our Tapu Fini. I will have to try to plan this a bit better. I don't understand why they happen then. They're meant to be on every half an hour, and it definitely doesn't take us half an hour. We like to tease the shinies though, because we don't get many. But if Boy from Belgium sort of sets it up, then we can get in the lobby ready. Well, sorry, I will try to change it. I have been toying with the idea of doing 3 minutes every hour and then sort of stopping as such, making sure we're finished everything. That's kind of what I've been looking at slowly. But just remember to wait for ironically then. But yeah, it would be nice if one of us got a shiny at least today. I know we did some Wooloo hunting, which was a thing. You could also check out our friend Greaves, who does WWE 2K and Disney Speedstorm. And it's very chaotic in there because everybody spams an elephant alert. And it scares him because he's usually drinking coffee when everyone uses the elephant. So yeah, it's very funny. So yeah, that's someone else. I think Kim's gone, so I can't do Kim because I can't remember. Well, on this save, I have never got a shiny. No, we only got the shiny charm last time we played. To be fair. We can have a go at a group Giratina if you want. Is it easier with 3 or 4? No, he's gone for the metal sounder, so I guess I take the digger. No? Yeah? Maybe. Why did you take that one? I do have the other switch here, so I can be a 4th player in a difficult one. That's kind of why I kept it around. We have a difficult selection, shall we say. We have a poison. Do we want the poison? Do we want to go left? Then right? Then Dedenne? No, Dedenne is no good. So we go left, right, right? I think. We could have a go at a couple of them if you want. It's not a problem. And who are we keeping? Are we keeping Bishop and trying to swap out the rest? Duraludon and Golduck to Stuntank and Weezing. Any particular way around or just whoever's the weakest? Or do you want me to keep this with like the still move for the Weezing? Or the ground move for the Weezing? Oh, that's not good. Or just are we going to do whoever's weakest takes this first? Maybe. And then we Metal Sound, Acid Spray, and Poison Move, whatever it is. It's a hurricane. Dig. Dig. Bye-bye. Okie dokie. Because then you get 2 special attack drops on whatever we face, I guess. That can work. Let's just see if this actually is still fully charged. I don't think the battery goes down that much on a normal Switch, does it? Let's see. What is a battery life? Okay, it has. I left it in sleep mode like a genius that I was. So I need to charge that. I did not know sleep mode used up all the battery. I haven't switched it on in a few weeks, to be honest. I might as well just carry on digging, I guess. So I might not be able to do 2 players. Slight problem. But we could probably beat Giratina with 3 of us, right? Groudon isn't as bad as I remember. I've managed to beat it solo a couple of times. But yes, let's grab this. I know we've had loads of Stunkies and Stuntanks over our time. But yeah, we'll keep going. We are doing well. Okay, I'm quite happy to have a go at it. I might as well have one go at least. What's the worst that can happen? We lose. So you said you were going to take this. So I'll let you take this. Maybe the computer will swap out the Frostmoth for the other poison type. No, the dark type. It's not like you've stolen 2 Generation 5 shinies from me in the Living Dex challenge. So let's remember that. You only got 2 on my stream. I got the funniest thing is I got 2. You got 2 with me hosting. Tina got 1 when I was in the DA helping when she did 2 players. One of them got it, and then to make matters worse, I had been helping and stepped out, and then they got the shiny in the very next one. So I've got 4, or been pretty much involved in 4 of the 6 shinies. I did get 1 myself at the least. I got the Tornadus. So that was good. At least that was 1 on my end. Luckily. Which was very nice. But yeah, we'll get there eventually. I'm quite happy with how far we're going. It's just very annoying that I've missed PLA this week and I'm gonna miss it Saturday now. I don't think I'm gonna have time to, unless I get rid of the Let's Go day on Sunday. I'm not gonna get PLA done till at least next Saturday with the scheduler set up. Which is very weird, because that was going to be my go-to to get a lot of shinies. I may dump the Let's Go series. It's not that enjoyable. But I sort of want to just get Pidgey or Rattata done, if I can. It's why I'm torn with it so much. I just want to get the boring things done that I can't get in other games on the Switch. I think once it is just the Route 1-ish that I need to get. Like Nidoran I can do in this game. Caterpie can be done in this. Horrible to do, but it can be done. Weedle, I don't think I have any other way of getting a shiny Weedle. And the same with Pidgey and Rattata. Maybe Spearow. I do need to learn radar hunting though. You know, I'm just going to do this because this thing's taking too long to kill. So we don't really want this in the final, do we? Well, the computer can have it, I guess. I have seen people enjoying radar. It's more that I have to set it up. I don't want to set up that until I finish Legends Arceus. So I can get Shiny Hunt the Arceus in the game too. That's the main thing what's sort of holding me back. We have an event. Pukumuku, if anybody wants it. I don't know how many I've caught for the event. I still don't quite understand how the game works. But I'm still playing, that's the key thing. To perform all the steps correctly can frustrate people. Yeah. So the thing that I think it's going to be the biggest struggle for me setting up a BDSP save is, one, I have to play through the game, and the base game is a bit boring for me. The shiny dex is fine. I'll just move it in from home so I can get the shiny charm and all of that. Not a problem. It's the getting enough money to radar hunt, which is going to be the thing I've got to make sure I plan for. Because I know you've got to do a lot of bits and pieces, shall we say. So you need a lot of repels and quick balls. But then I will probably only be radar hunting for things I cannot get in other games. That'll be the key thing. And with ZA coming out, we could be safe from doing too much. There's not much point me swapping, is there, apart from health. Well, finally, boy from Belgium didn't catch something. But everyone else got a gift but me. Well, Dorcas and Sola got gifts. I got the Pokemon, and boy from Belgium got nothing. That's quite funny. Sorry, boy from Belgium. I need to make this so it actually works. I'll have to make Stream Elements a... Watch boy from Belgium get the shiny in this run now to make up for it. That'll be the answer. He will come along and go, I got a shiny Suicune? No, Tapu Koko. I saw you get the Feeny, or no, the Leole first time you did it, didn't you, on stream? That was a nightmare. The poor guy that hosted it, and yeah, the poor guy who hosted it, and you got it on your first DA with them. It was comical. Felt so sorry for them. You even did it to... Was it you that did Ho-Ho in one with me? But then I think I did Moltres in one with you, because two of us got the shiny Moltres on the same one, which was crazy. I can't remember who the other person was. Somebody's not doing them as many. Yeah, I did get a few lucky ones, didn't I? Let's be honest. So, but then Zygarde is the opposite for you. It's taken you forever to get it, so it works both ways. Some go well, some go badly. I take what we can get. Yes. And you've probably got more than boy from Belgium in the last couple of months. I know he slowed up a bit, but you've got a lot more than you let on. Yeah. Did you get that just with randoms, or was it with someone you got your Zygarde? I can't remember, to be honest. So when we were doing what we were doing, a bit of the random paths to find it. And now that's how Robin feels about the Zekrom. You got it off him. You lost your Zygarde. So yeah. No? Okay. So the thing is, I will probably go and push for Zygardes quite hard when we actually get to Gen 6 in that Dex 365 challenge. I kind of feel like the Who's That Pokemon game sort of died at a death in the Discord. But I will be releasing the full Connect 4 game for July. So hopefully we can all have some fun on that. We have 2 lives for this battle. Expert bout? Okay, maybe good. I've got to decide what I want to make. Like, should I just make everything on the Connect 4 board a Scarlet and Violet Pokemon? Just because it's a trial, so I want the easiest game. I don't want to put something like a Spinder on it or something. I've already made a list of every Pokemon you can get and deleted all of the legendaries off it and the non-Switch game Pokemon. So, but I don't know if it's a risk it, like Clamperl turn up or something. And nobody really wants to go and shiny hunt a Clamperl at the moment. So yeah. But I think we've got 4 people in on that, so that will be a good start. People can come and join whenever they want. I just want to see how well it works. Whether the board is too big, too small. Should I just do this? Because you're probably both going to do your defense dropping moves, and this is better because it will raise our attack, or my attack at least. So yeah. Hopefully we can do the shiny check before the ads this time, so we don't miss out. Because that would be kind of nice too. Because we don't want everyone to miss out. I don't know why it's taking like half an hour to do the DAs today. But it has, and I'm not sure why. And are you still game for all this hide and seek, ironically, on Saturday? Oh, he went for the attack. I thought he was going to go Metal Sound. I really did think he was going to go Metal Sound. Not gonna lie. Oh no. We should just be able to get the checks in there. Let's go. Tapu, go, go. Discharge. Well, there goes the frost. No, we all survived that. Oh. Because remember, we're going to have... Are you still hunting for Xerneas as well, ironically? I know, how bad is this thing's attack? I thought the Frostmoth would go down at least. Okay, now it's gone down. We have 1 life left. So yeah, well hopefully I want to try to go for that more when, again, when we're on Gen 6. That'll be pretty much the main target. I'm a bit tired of doing your Beltor, to be honest. Okay. But we won, so that's the important thing. So GG everyone. Good luck with the shinies. I think we will just get the check-in before the ads, and then we'll jump into Giratina, I think. We can get 1 or 2 done on that. Maybe we can get some shiny luck from, ironically, there. Yeah, it just would be nice to get a shiny in all 3 of the main games we're playing, and this is one of the last ones. Well, it is the last one. Like, we haven't got one in Let's Go, but we've only done like 2 sessions on that. We've done about 5 on this, I think, maybe 4. I think we missed it last week, actually. Yeah, because it's Thursday today. We weren't on Thursday last week. So, I'm pretty sure that's not a stun tank. That is not a Drapion, or a Weezing, or a Tapu Koko. Never mind. I'm not going to keep that one. So if we let, ironically... well, at least you got a shiny. Someone got a shiny. If we let you set up the Giratina and let us know in the chat when it's ready. Reshiram. No Reshiram. Did that go off? I don't know. It should have gone off. Have they broken again? No, because the hydrate worked. Yeah, we'll just wait for ironically to say it is open and we'll get on to Giratina. With our boring code that goes around the outside. Around the outside. And there we go. So we want Dragon, Psychic. So after all of your many goes on this, what is the best route? Just full-blown dark team or fairy dark? I think you missed the sarcasm there, but you happy with anything pretty much dark or fairy for this one? I think that's maybe ice, I guess. A ghost move on a normal type might not be terrible. Okay. We'll just wait for Mr. Belgium and then we can get going. See if we can get Mr. Belgium a shiny by the end of the day. Wigglypuff and Jigglypuff are the best. Okie dokie. I know. We have fallen into the Outlands. Cophagrigus, that appears for Haze. Okay. Well, wheezing. I want the Politoed. I like using Politoed. I know there is a metal sounder there, but... Oh, there's the stun tank. Of course, the thing we want comes out last. Curse you, yay! Okay. So... Maybe? We have a wide guarder, is that important? Because otherwise I think like going fully left might be good. Just stick to the left all the way up because of assurance and stuff. You don't want the Butterfree? Is that what you're saying? I don't think we would be able to beat the Kingler with our current team, to be honest. It would be too risky. That's the thing to take into account. But we have Politoed to set up the rain. It is drizzling, people. It is raining. Now their hair is wet. And yeah. Do we have all of the weather conditions that make this funky? So we will probably just use the rain conditions, I guess. Who is taking what, do you think? Just out of interest. Or is it just whoever's weakest take things? Because I imagine Lairon will be kind of good against the Cypher. So that would be pretty good to keep. But I can help in hand people if need be as well. So there is that. Yeah. Who do you think should take the Doug trio of our team here? Cheerios here, dancing away. Cypher. Cypher and Pillowswine are both good takers. I will keep wheezing. I think we skip Doug Trio. So what you're saying is the computer could take it at the end of the day. Because they probably will. Let's be honest. It isn't terrible for the computer to have, to be honest. Because I think it has Sucker Punch. It's probably better than Hitmonlee though. So, and it's got Screech, so I imagine I would be better for the Pillow Swine even. We have a non-event Illuminars, whatever it's called, the twin bug thing that nobody remembers. So you're keeping wheezing. So does Boy from Belgium take Cypher, or we leave Cypher behind? What do you think? because he does have metal sound. Which could be helpful, but I guess it's up to us. I don't really have too much overly helpful here, but I imagine you might Dynamax with the rock move on the lair on right now, right? Because if you are, I can helping hand you. But if you're not, I won't. So I need to know what you're doing. You're not Dynamaxing, okay. That's easy. I thought you might have Dynamaxed to use the rock move, which would have probably taken... I don't know if you got a rock move. Oh, I got a shiny. I got a shiny, just not in the real game. Haha, what does that mean? What do I do with this shiny? Does this count for the challenge? Can I put this in home? Yeah, can I put it in home? Take it with me? I don't know how rare shinies are in this game. What do I do with it? You can tell I play it a lot. I think I put it in there for everyone else to enjoy when we're streaming. Does that mean I've got 2 shinies now? Is it Pokepass? Pokedex? Is it that one? No. I will learn the command. Well, that's technically my first shiny then. Nice. Don't worry, I got a lot of money in that game. Because I don't usually play catching. You should set it as a buddy. Okay. I'm nodding like I know how to do that. Yeah, definitely going to do that. Is this something that you do on the app in a chat? Oh no, I died. Maybe I'll take the cipher then. No, actually, this will be better against the pillow swine, won't it? Yeah. We'll go for that. I don't know if I've got anybody with the game open at the moment. Can I do it? Let's have a look. We'll catch. We've had plenty of these in the past. But still, let's see. Oh, not in the chat. We'll find someone later. Someone will have it on later. And we'll figure it out then, when we have more time to concentrate. What is the flex thing mean? Yeah, so are you taking this boy from Belgium? And I take the pillow swine? Or not? I don't know. The computer wants it, so I guess we'll let the computer take it. Okay, you'll take it. Okay. I'm only keeping this because I've got the water move that can do the big damage on the pillow swine, really. Shell Bell? Could that work? Maybe. I guess. Not much to pick from there. But let's see. It would have been good if I could take these things somewhere else, but... Do you want to go for Zatu? Use, like, some shenanigans? I do remember our Zatu versus Zekrom, ironically, that we won with. It was a very funky team, to say the least. And it worked perfectly. So, that was good. Exactly. I know we were trying to get the Zatu Lightning Rod Raichu set up, weren't we? We did it once, and now every time we do the Zekrom, we're trying to do it. And we get one or the other, but never both. it trolls us too much, doesn't it? Right, so we're happy that I take this at the end, or should I see whether the Hitmonlee wants it? And would it be better for me to let Boy from Belgium Dynamax in the final for Max Darkness? Yes, we'll do that. And that's why DAs are so fun, isn't it? You can get the weirdest team to win with. That's kind of why we love them, and that's why I still like doing the random ones, because you have to strategize. I know it's a bit more awkward when you've got most things done already, but when you haven't got any, like me on this save, I don't really mind. I would like to think this could do some big damage, right? It is a Politoed. Nope, okay. Thought it would do a bit more than that. I'll be honest. Am I going to take the Hailstorm? No, you are. Hopefully you can take it. Bit too much. Bit more than I would like to have seen. But we have 3 lives at the moment, so probably 2 for the final. Which is fine, I guess. Hopefully it won't do the ice move again, so you could survive to the final. But we will see, I guess. You want Wheezing whatever, your health, don't you? Or would you want to swap Wheezing if you're on like the 1 HP right now? So, go Cypher. Fury Cutter. Okay. Let's get the rain back, so you don't get hurt by hell this turn. Probably die, whatever, but it may target you, it may not. Let's see how this goes, as we say. The Rock Tomb. Okay. We have me going slower. So I think we can get through this without losing a life. Yeah, so you want to take this whatever, ironically? Yeah, okay. It's not a problem. Because the thing is, if you get put up and then it gets rid of the terrain and then you get knocked out, you can put it back up again, can't you? So, I think you can probably stick. Because at the end of the day, it won't use the dragon move on you first turn, so you can do a fairy move as well. That's the other way of looking at it. And if it does target you, the rest of us can do a big hit first turn. I'm going to see whether Hitmonlee wants it. If Hitmonlee wants this, I'll let Hitmonlee have it. Because I will start using Helping Hand, because I imagine Boy from Belgium will Dynamax here. And if he Dynamaxes, we'll be fine. I can just make the Max Darkness hit harder. Okay, so I will take this then, because it's better than the Politoed. For this battle anyway. We could get the freeze, I guess is the key thing. I could only Help in Hand, which would have been good with the 3 on the field, but not with the 2. Because Liquidation isn't literally just going to bounce off it, isn't it, really, to be honest. So, Giratina is here and ready to go. Pillow is ready, willing, and able to win. If I had got an Eviolite, that would have been smarter, but it wasn't an option, so I'm not that bad. Let's go with... What shall we go with? Shall we just go with a Blizzard and roll the dice and hope we hit the first one? Otherwise we'll go to Ice Shard. Thing is, I'll probably be slower than Cypher, and if Cypher does do Max Darkness, Blizzard will do more damage, won't it? So that is good. But yeah, let's keep going. Let's get this done, clean, destroyed. But yeah. A wide guard, okay. Thanks, Hitmonlee. Thank you for the assist. Glad to have you part of the team, fella. Oh well, the slowest thing on the field is slower. That's fine. We hit a blizzard. What's going on? Ooh, I think we can do the same again, right? Same again. Then we win. We could do. Thanks, Hitmonlee. I'm glad you're using all your best moves. I think it's only got Blaze Kick that can hit, can't? So it's used up all its Blaze Kicks. It's useless. Oh dear. That's why I thought I'd let Hitmonlee swap before me swapping. Okay, Cypher's got slower now. Interesting. Let's try another one. Oh, we hit again. Nice. Still going strong. And there we go. No, Hitmonlee is pretty useless for this final, isn't it? I've got to risk one more blizzard, I guess. Let's go. Another 3 white cards in a row. Why couldn't we be facing Zygarde with this computer? That is the question. Shadow, okay, bye-bye. That's fine, I think. We still have 2 lives left, don't we? Oh, well, that's not too bad. We can take that. That's okay. Now the blizzard will win, but it missed. Yeah, Piloswine is the tank. Isn't it? Because you got the Misty thing up though as well. It halves. Oh no, it was a ghost move, wasn't it? I'm gonna have to go to Ice Shard then. And cheer, cheer. Because I think this will probably be the last one. And then we will go and say hello to a friend of the channel today. Did you use... Oh no, that's gonna hurt someone. Bop. Didn't it tank that one? I'm alive. 5 HP in a dream. We did live, don't worry. We're alive. And we've got Ice Shard, that's all I can do. What is happening? The final shot. A wide guard, of course. Thanks, Hitmonlee. We got some health back. GG, everybody. Good luck with this shiny. We'll see whether we can end today with a shiny. Would be very nice, to say the least. So yeah, overall we've done really, really well today, I feel. We've got plenty of shinies. No, we've got plenty of DAs won, which was the challenge. So yeah. Oh, let's see if we can catch this. If we can get back to the right chat. Where'd it go? There we go. Right, back-to-back shinies, right? But let's see, Doug Trio is not shiny. Nor is Cypher, or is Pillow Swine, and Giratina is not shiny. Sadly, no shiny for anyone. That is a shame. Will anybody get the Doublade, wasn't it? Get Doublade in the chat before we go. No shiny Cypher. Maybe tonight I'll get a shiny Cypher. I don't want to save that one. So yeah, that has been our Dynamax adventures for today. We've done well though. It was a slow start, but once we got going, we got the 18 back. We all worked well with them. At least we were winning. That's the key thing. I always say it doesn't really matter if you don't get a shiny as long as you win. So yeah. So I am going to go and raid a friend of the channel who is doing a subathon for their birthday. They're on later couple of days of it, so it was like last week the birthday, but it would be nice if we could all go and support. They play a lot of Pokemon too. Today they are free segment the Dunsparce hunting. So yes. So hopefully you can stick around for the raid and come and say hello. Yeah, so they want the Destiny Mark free segment the Dunsparce because it was one of the sub-goal challenges. So yeah. So thank you to everybody who came in today, played some of the TCG, played some DAs, and just had a chilled, relaxed time today. We'll be back with Scarlet and Violet tomorrow.